Well, you kind of have to see, you can't think about it about yourself. I kind of see myself as an ambassador for independent film, in that if movies like Blue Moon get seen and get made and the people who invested in them make their money back, then there's going to be more at-bats for everybody. You know, that's the kind of way that's what keeps me going through. I'm here for Richard Linklater and all the independent filmmakers and all the actors. You know, you just, it's like we're an ad for the industry. And every now and then when you get a little praise, you're like, all right, the tax on this praise is you got to show up and, you know, grease the rails for everybody coming after you. So, like, take Rick, for example. Rick made 2 of the best movies made this year, yes. And he's not nominated for Jack. He's not here at this party with me. And so you can't take it too seriously, and at the same time, the people who are nominated are awesome. So you can take it seriously. It's a razor's edge you have to walk.
Yes.
Well, I'm 55 years old. I think it might be harder when I was younger, but I've learned firsthand that time is the only real curator. You know, a movie like Before Sunrise didn't get any Oscar nominations. We didn't make any 10 best lists, and we were just put in the Library of Congress. You know, a movie like Gattaca didn't win any prizes, and I get asked about it virtually every day, 25 years later, and so that feels phenomenal. The awards and things like that are really exciting because it's like a electric jolt to it. It gives a film a push off the dock that's really hard, really forceful, and helps.
I've written a lot of songs for a lot of movies. This one, I had to write a song for a movie about myself. And so it's always about connecting what's the heart of that movie, what's the song, basically the song I want to hear in that movie. And what I wanted to write for this, I wanted to write for the young girl that sat alone in a room, that was bullied at school, that felt unseen, unheard, and really felt the whole world, you know, was against her, right? And that it was going to be okay. And as I was writing it, I realized that's not just me. And the notes and the text and private message, whatever, like, people are connecting so deeply to this song because so many of us were that kid.
There it is. Nice. Yeah, do that too.
I'm like a casting director with songs and movies, and so that artist has to be authentic to that movie, so that artist almost is another character. It can't just be a random artist, right? And that artist also has to be able to sing the song. And what was interesting about this is like, oh, well, who's that for me? And there was nobody else but Kesha, you know. And I've known Kesha a long time, and I know Kesha's she had a hard time growing up. She's had a hard life. It hasn't been easy, and she's a great singer. And as great as some of those records are, you can't tell what a vocalist she is, you know. And to me, it's like when I wrote "Till It Happens to You" and I called Gaga on the phone, and I knew that Gaga could do that. And Gaga sang that song, and it was the same thing for Kesha. And I had a feeling that it was going to resonate with her story too. And when she came to the studio and I played it for her, she started crying. Again, like Gaga, when I played Gaga "Till It Happens to You," crying. And I knew that would be, I knew that she was, like, I knew in my heart there was no one else but Kesha.
Oscars are important for independent films, so for small films without a big budget to promote themselves. So it's essential that we get this recognition. And I mean, already we've done more. We've achieved more than we hoped for. I mean, 9 nominations. We can be pretty pleased with ourselves. To me, it's so rich that it means a lot of things. But of course, it is a film that doesn't have a regular narrative. The narrative is the people's faces, really. and it's more impressionistic in that way. So, and you follow how they feel, not what they're doing, and that is quite interesting. It's in a way it's a radical new film for that.
I don't know if I've had time to reflect. You know, it feels like it's all going really fast, and it's really filled with new sort of experiences for me. But it feels amazing, and it's such a big deal for like the Norwegian cinema. It's never really happened before, so we're all very like high on a cloud of happiness, I think. Yeah. Getting the recognition and being nominated, I think, influences the whole business a little, and hopefully will sort of shine light on how we need support from our government to be able to make the movies we make, and it'll hopefully inspire movie makers to make their movies and on their sort of terms.
Head down a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Maybe tilt your head down a little bit just because of the glasses. Thank you.
I'm Caroline. Yes. Plugged in now, it should work, but I just